Well, it's the middle of winter now, and we've got the engine all torn apart. The idea was to get in and try to see what we could learn about the bearings, but I think that the bearings are all doing fine and they're all in alignment. But what we found was that the big flange on the aft end of the crankshaft had worn itself enough that it was loose, and so we took it off as we took everything else apart, and we sent it out to a machine shop to have them make another one. We got in there to the point that we could see that this big flange was loose, and what we're doing now is we're going to measure the shaft to see how much it maybe got damaged when the flange was loose, and then we're going to remachine the end of the flange into a smaller diameter. We have a tool that we're going to use for this whole project that's called a HandyBot. It's actually a very tiny little milling machine, and we're going to take this very compact milling machine down to the boat. We've made a mount to hold it in the right place, and at first we're going to use it to actually just digitize the shape that's there. It has a probing routine that we can use, and we'll be able to get a whole bunch of very exact points for the surface of the existing one, and then we should be able to take that and use it to see how much work we need to do to machine it into a nice perfect cylinder. It's a pretty common procedure for big engines for this kind of machining. It's called in-situ machining, or in place, and a lot of times when it makes more sense to machine something in place rather than remove it, especially in a bigger engine. Our challenge at this point would be that to remove the crankshaft, we would have to remove the pistons and connecting rods, and then we'd also have to remove the flywheel that's at the other end of the shaft, and at that point we'd have to somehow figure out how we were going to support the flywheel enough to move it out of the way in order to remove that end of the shaft. So at this point we're hoping that we can do all this in place. My idea is that we can have the digitizing of the shaft all done in the next day or so here, and then create a CNC program to actually do the machining and have that done in the first or second week of January. Be ready to start putting things back together. I think we can get it done. We've done a lot more difficult things than this.